I think the quality of teaching here is phenomenal.
We've got lots of sort of different ways they teach us, so we have lectures and workshops and tutorials, and we often get sort of homework problems as well we can go and do, and we get mock papers for exams and things like that.
They'll do a questionnaire to find out what we think of the course, what's good about a particular module, what needs improving, and so every year it's always evolving and changing and getting better year on year.
There's some quite big names that we've been taught by that I've Googled them and thought, well, that's pretty good that they're lecturing us. So yeah, I'd say it's very good.
The lectures are really good. They quite often set aside office hours, which is really helpful.
And there's a really good pastoral care system as well. So we've got our tutors and first year tutor who are all really good at sort of email if you've got any non-academic problems.
I quite often, towards the exam period, I go and ask questions to try and see what they're thinking, and they've always had time. Regardless of how busy they are, they always sit you down and explain the problem, and it doesn't feel like you're being hurried.
They're always really approachable, and some, I would say, we're almost friends.
The practical sessions are very helpful. They can seem quite daunting at first. I remember my first year finding it very scary because everything seems really new.
But no, the demonstrators certainly make that a lot easier, that transition a lot easier, because they're constantly wandering around. You can ask them about kind of anything in the procedure you're unsure of.
Not only are they fun, they again know what you're not understanding. And regardless of what sludge I made or what strange, weird colour I have, they seem to know what was going on, which quite astounded me.
They were so much fun. You got to know the people from your year group really well, because you all made mistakes together and all laughed about it, which was really good. And then moving on to doing dissertations in third and fourth years, you felt as though you were really in control of your research. You knew why you were doing it. You weren't just following a set of instructions. You were actually making up your own decisions. So yeah, I really enjoy labs.
I think having a placement is very valuable to your future. I think it's something that employers definitely look at. It's one thing being able to learn about your subject, but it's another thing being able to apply it as well, and that certainly is something that can be used to distinguish candidates. I think when you go for a job, if you've got the experience there in place as well, you're going to hit the ground running if you want to go into something like research. Even if you don't want to go into that, say you want to go into something like teaching, you can relate that, say, to students and say, look, I've had this experience, and you can advise them as well based on your experience of labs and things like that.
I think the best thing about the placements is the overall experience. Getting to live somewhere new for 6 months was a really fun experience. So I went to Singapore, so I got to move to a new country, which was a bit nerve-wracking, but it was really exciting.
Well, for my 6-month placement, I got to spend 6 months in Hong Kong, which was unbelievably fun. As well as doing quite interesting research there in the university. I lived in Hong Kong for 6 months, and it was partially subsidised by the uni, so it didn't cost me anything. And it was just amazing.
So the University of Southampton were really helpful finding my placement. They set up this website where they would post on new job opportunities, and they would post on this probably weekly or whenever a new opportunity arose. So that was good, being made aware of new opportunities. They also did a CV workshop as well. So we were able to go and speak to somebody one-on-one with our CV and get it tweaked, and we're told how we could improve it, which was really helpful. And also they gave us some interview advice as well. The guy who was in charge of it when I did it, he was really helpful. His door was always open, always willing for you to go and talk to him if you had any concerns. They're also quite open to you setting up your own placements as well, which is good because some of my friends set up new links with different universities, and they were helpful with that as well.
Yeah, Southampton's fantastic socially. It's one of the best things about being here. There's so many societies, including a massive and very successful athletic union, which I'm part of. You have a social with them every Wednesday, as well as obviously the actual sport part.
The amount of new friends you make is unbelievable, and the relationships you build so quickly in the first couple of days is second to none.
I'm in quite a few clubs. I founded one as well, so it's really good with that side of things. One thing I will say is get involved with anything you like, because in first year I barely got involved with any, and now this year I'm on 2 committees. I was the captain of a football team, and it opens you up to so many more people that you wouldn't have met otherwise, and it's really good.
I think it's had a very good positive effect on my employability. I've been to see a few prospective employers in interview situations, and they're all impressed that I completed a chemistry degree at Southampton because it's a well-renowned and well-known university.
Chemistry is probably one of the most versatile subjects I can think of. The amount of skills that you build on a degree here, whether it be investment banking that you're going into or industry, whatever it is, I think you certainly you're exposed to an awful lot of different skills, and so definitely your employment options are significantly larger than a lot of other degrees.
Thus far, I've had quite a positive response looking for PhDs and jobs recently. The fact that it's a red brick university, I think, makes quite a large difference. And also the fact that the department is quite large means that when I speak to certain people, they always know someone at the university, which I think makes a difference because it enables them to realise what level of standard you're at. And so from that, it infers a level of quality of yourself based on their teaching of you.
Knowing that it's a good university has definitely made me feel more confident that if I were to go to an employer and say, I'm from Southampton, I've done this degree in chemistry, that they obviously recognise it and respect it because Southampton's a good uni. It's also, I'm more aware of the opportunities as well because of all the career fairs and things.
Companies are coming to the chemistry department looking for Southampton students, which says it all really.